Now we're going to learn how to use the Problem Steps Recorder. This welcome addition to Windows 7 allows you to automatically capture all of the steps leading up to a computer problem or an application problem. You can then send this information off to your help desk or whoever helps you out with your computer problems so that they can see exactly what happened leading up to where the problem occurred. This is a real time saver because it means that you don't have to write everything down or try to explain all of the steps to somebody over the phone, for example. So, to access the Problem Steps Recorder, we come down and click on the Start button. And this time I'm just going to type in PSR into the search box. And without pressing enter, straight away we can see up in the Program section psr.exe, and that's the executable program for the Problem Steps Recorder. We also have the Control Panel section, and here we have Record Steps to Reproduce a Problem. So basically these two links will take us to the Problem Steps Recorder. I'll click on psr.exe, for example. This opens up the Problem Steps Recorder. So now, as you can see, there are only a few buttons in this utility or this tool, so it doesn't take very long to master. I'm going to click on Start Record because then I'm going to go through all of the steps that will display the error message that I need an answer for. So I'm going to click on Start Record. Now in this particular case, we see the message, there are windows on your desktop that are running as administrator. If you want to record your interactions with them, you may have to run the Problem Steps Recorder as administrator as well. Because I'm obviously recording the screen at the moment, this application is what this dialog box is referring to, so we don't need to worry about it. I'm going to click on OK. Most of the time you won't see that dialog box, but if for some reason you do have to record an application that's running in administrator mode, then you can click on the shield. As you can see here, this will run as administrator, but you usually don't have to worry about this. So now all I have to do is go through the steps that show me the error message that I'm confused about. So I'm going to right click on the calculator shortcut, come down and select delete. So now, for some reason, I see this delete shortcut dialog box on the screen, and I don't know why. You'll also notice that we have the pause recording button now. We can also stop the recording now if we like, but I can also add a comment. So I'm going to click on Add Comment because I want to type in a comment. So why do I see this error message? I'm going to click on OK now. So now, because I've been able to successfully reproduce the problem, I've basically finished. So I'm going to come up and click on Stop Record. A dialog box pops up, the Save As dialog box, and invites me to type in a file name for this zip file. And as you can see here, we're going to save it to the desktop by default, but of course you can save it to any location that you like. I'm happy to save it to the desktop. I'm just going to call this problem and then come down and click on Save. This file will now be saved to the desktop, as you can see here. So now we compose an email message and send it off to our help desk. I'm actually going to double click on this zip file so that we can have a look at what's inside the file. So I'll double click on it. Here we see the problem file, so I'm going to double click on this file. And here we have the information relating to the problem. So here is a picture of my screen, and user right click on calculator, so it describes the steps that I've gone through as well. Step number 2 happened on this date and time. User left click on delete, so we can see the menu that pops up, and here the mouse pointer is down near the word delete. And now I've typed in a comment, user comment, why do I see this error message? And this is the error message displayed on the screen. Additional details. Here we basically have a summary of all this information. So there are 3 steps. Problem step number 1, user right click on calculator. Number 2, the user then clicked on delete. And number 3, the user then types in a message, why do I see this error message? So that's a summary of the steps. So there's no other secret information that gets sent to the help desk. I'm going to close this down. I'll close this window down. So that's what gets sent off to the help desk or to your uncle or to whoever helps you out with your computer problems. I'm going to click on No, close this down. if you would like to create an icon on your desktop so that you can start this program running very quickly and easily in the future, just right-click on the desktop somewhere, come down and select New, Shortcut. All we have to do is type in psr.exe, click on Next, type in a name for this shortcut, Problem Steps Recorder, or whatever you would like to call it. Then click on Finish, and the shortcut has now been created. So you can leave that on the desktop. So that's a quick look at how to use the Problem Steps Recorder.